All right, and here we are with Margaret Luft, the Director of Counseling at Lifespan in your Des Plaines office. And Margaret, thanks for taking a few moments to share with us a bit about the organization. It's been here for over 30 years, and you've been on board, I know, for 9 years. Can you talk about, generally speaking, what kind of services Lifespan provides?
I'm the Director of Counseling, and all of the staff that I supervise are counselors, and we provide supportive services to victims and their children that include individual counseling, group counseling, court advocacy, and I do a lot of community outreach work, technical assistance, consultation, and training for colleagues in other agencies who are also working on this issue. The downtown office is primarily staffed by the attorneys who provide a full range of free legal civil services for victims and their families, primarily divorce, custody, visitation, and child support enforcement.
Obviously, a lot of difficult situations that you're helping people through. What is that gets you going each Monday morning and heading into a new week?
Well, lots of people who don't know very much about this problem presume that women who are victims of domestic violence and their family members stay in bad situations because they don't have the motivation or the drive to change their circumstance. And I believe very strongly that battered women do leave their husbands, that children can grow up in nurturing, loving homes, that these situations can change, but it takes a very long time. So I have to remind myself every day to be patient with the process because change occurs in very small, slow steps. And the change that women who are victims of domestic violence make for themselves far more important than any teaching or lecturing that I could impose on them.
Now, you've done a lot of teaching, now that you mentioned that. What's the, if you could pick one or two key pieces of advice that you might give someone who's either in a domestic violence situation or someone who's close to someone in that situation, what are one or two things that you want to share?
Well, I think we know from the theories about domestic violence that the problem itself escalates in frequency and severity over time. So the best advice I can give to any victim who's experiencing domestic violence right now is don't wait for things to change. Be proactive and get help. Because if you are a victim now, you will stay a victim and it will get worse unless something happens to change the circumstances. The second piece of advice I would give to victims would be to focus on yourself and your safety. That you cannot change him, he has to want that for himself. And that a woman who is not safe cannot keep her children safe. So her concerns for her family may be the motivating force for her to make changes, but she has to get herself safe before she can do anything for her kids.